Hi there, just a really quick video, just out on the Bullet trials, just giving it a few miles just to stretch its legs a bit. Been a bit busy this week, so needs a bit more running in, needs its first service because it's only done 350 miles, but just pottering along this sort of little B road. Just turn it off. Just pottering along this little B road near the unit. It's what it's built for, really. It just feels so nice. It feels like you're sat, I guess, on an old bike with lots of character. The engine feels responsive. It's obviously not powerful, but the suspension feels supple. It feels a nice ride quality. It's got a sense of occasion, which you don't always get for a bike in this price range. So I think that's what, for me, is always part of the charm, that sort of sense of occasion. And I was just thinking, as I was riding along, you would never offend somebody on a Royal Enfield, because even the most stern-faced walkers, once they see a Royal Enfield and they can see that you're not a hooligan, they soften and they might even smile at you. Not always, but I think the emblem really is a softener for the people who generally don't like motorcyclists. So I'm going to get some more miles on it before I let anybody else loose on it. From what I gather, it needs a few miles for it to bed in and feel nice and smooth. Maybe 1,000 miles for the vibes to stop. But, you know, pottering along at sort of 40 miles an hour along here, there are no vibes. And for these kind of roads which define what North Devon riding is about, you're not normally going much more than 45, 50 anyway. So just going to potter back to the unit and do some tinkering. I've got bits of bobs to do. I just wanted to show you that down in North Devon at the minute, it is not raining and it's quite mild. So I'm looking forward to getting out a little bit on the bikes over Christmas. And yeah, take it easy. See you soon. God, it's a handsome beast, isn't it? It is a handsome beast. Look at that. I think it's a red frame. The red frame does it. Anyway, cheers. Bye. Just a quick story regarding my history with Royal Enfield Bullets. First one I rode was when I just joined Adventure Bike Rider magazine. I'd done my Sydney to London trip and New York to Alaska trip on the Postie. I got a job at Adventure Bike Rider magazine. I think I just turned editor of it, but I was kind of still new in the game. And I went to try a new military Bullet from Watsonian Squire, who were the importer at the time. The bike was pretty much brand new, set of TKC 80s on it. You know, we were an Adventure Bike Rider magazine, so you know, off-roading was kind of part of it. But I think my path down the road of off-roading was kind of still novice at that point. Anyway, there was a bit of a wood which you could ride in about 4 miles from where Watsonian Squire was based, and I knew that the wood well, and there was a bit of a bomb hole that you could go down and up, quite steep. And I've been there before on a few other bikes. Anyway, took the brand new Enfield down there on my own. Completely ruined it going up the side of the bomb hole. Stalled it because I was probably too high gear. Didn't know the hill recovery technique of just dropping the clutch so the bike is held on the gearbox rather than on the brakes, because if you pull the brakes in the clutch, the front brake won't stop you sliding back, neither will the back brake, so the bike will just come down the hill. If you jump the clutch and let it hold it on the gears, it will hold on a steep hill. Anyway, I pulled the clutch in, pulled the brake, bike started coming down, just rolling fast downhill, me flailing, trying to keep it upright, and then eventually this brand new bike fell on its side and was facing downhill. So the handlebars were facing downhill, the wheels uphill. Obviously, a great deal of panic, new to the job, brand new bike. The only way to rescue the bike was to drag the bike 180 degrees as it was laying on its exhaust and tank. The oil leaking out, petrol leaking out. And a great deal of palpitations because I had little choice but to ride it back to Watsonian Squire and say, and he said, "What's wrong? What have you done?" And I said, "Well, I've just fell off going off road." And needless to say, it's not the best thing for a journalist's reputation to take back a damaged bike within 5 miles and picking it up from the provider. So, lesson learned on the Bullet, lesson learned on off-roading. Take a lower gear than you might think on a steep climb on the Bullet, and also if you stall it going uphill, don't pull the clutch in. Leave the clutch out and let the bike hold itself on its transmission, because then you won't do £800 worth of damage to a brand new Enfield Bullet. Cheers.